Ronaldo's football magic has taken him to the top of the world. At 22, he's recognized the world over. Nowadays, Ronaldo lives in luxury, surrounded by his family.
You haven't caught a single ball yet.
But it was not always like this. Life was hard. Only through ambition and suffering was he able to reach the top. Funchal, 1985, 10:20 in the morning on Tuesday, February 5th. In the hospital, Cruz de Carvalho, the youngest of 4 children, was born to Dolores and Denise Aveiro. After an unexpected pregnancy at 8 pounds and 20 inches, the boy who was to become the joy of a nation was born. After Hugo, Elma and Katia, no one knew what to call the 4th son of Dolores and Denise Aveiro. The family lived in one of Madeira's poorer areas, at Quinta do Falcão, number 27A, in the parish of Sant António. The family had few possessions, but was hard-working and very close-knit. Ronaldo learned the family motto from an early age: union and a strong friendship between family members. And from an early age, little Cristiano had an inseparable friend, a football. Everything started right there, in front of their house. Ronaldo was a little runt, very thin, but he had an amazing knack with balls. He could do whatever he wanted with them. His gift was starting to show itself.
Everything he did centered around a football. All he wanted was the ball. And he had a gift for playing those things he does. We knew he had a gift for playing football, but we didn't know that he would reach the top.
When he got home, I'd tell him to do his homework, but he used to say that he never had homework to do. I would be making dinner and he'd jump out of the window, grab a yogurt and fruit and run right out. He wouldn't come home until 9 o'clock at night.
I was always playing football. It was what I loved to do with my friends.
When he was 6, he played for his first team, Clube de Futebol Andorinha, very near his house.
My cousin played for the club and he invited me, so I could see if I wanted to play for a team. That's where I started. We practiced almost every day. I started practicing and I liked everything about it. That's where I grew up.
Word of his talent spread throughout Madeira.
He would come from their left when they thought he was going for the right. There was lots of talk about him. People who knew football made us believe he had talent.
Cristiano Ronaldo was a star in Madeira, and he got his first nickname based on the way he played.
He used to cry if his mate didn't score. He would get upset easily, so people called him Crybaby and also Bee, because no one was able to stop him on the field.
It was 1997. Ronaldo was 12 years old, and he would go to Sporting for a trial during the Easter break.
I was confident and excited. Oh God, I'm going to Sporting for trials. I didn't sleep at all that night. I had never been in a plane. I went with my mother. I was very nervous, small and thin. It was a good experience. I knew I was going to get there and show I was a good player. And I knew I was to be put on the team right away, that they would like me right from the first practice session.
The big day came, 17th of April 1997. Osvaldo Silva and Paulo Cardoso welcomed him and asked him to play with the older players. But Cristiano Ronaldo had everyone convinced.
The trial was a game, and when the game began, the ball reached Ronaldo. He passed 2 or 3 other players. Osvaldo Silva and I said to each other, "Here's something special." At the end, all the players gathered around him. Everyone knew he was truly special and that he was an amazing kid.
Paulo Cardoso and Lionel Pontes were coaches, friends and parents. and lent a friendly shoulder to Cristiano Ronaldo. The boy had to become an adult very fast. He virtually didn't have a childhood. But Ronaldo tried to forget his loneliness by focusing on his desire to become someone.
He wanted to be the best in everything. Ping pong, snooker, table football, one-on-one, speed. And that was an important feature of Ronaldo. He was very determined in everything he did. In football, his team had to win. In a top-notch player, hard work is very important. He had a dream. He wanted very much to be someone.
In the field, Ronaldo became better and better.
In one of the junior national championship games, I remember he got the ball at the kickoff in the second half and saw that the goalkeeper was a bit outside the goal area, and he scored from midfield. He was always the best player in all the tournaments he played throughout his formative years.
Even José Mourinho noticed Ronaldo when he was just a teenager.
I remember the first time I saw him play. He was playing for Sporting, and they were playing União de Leiria. We were watching the game because we were going to train afterwards. I told my assistant, "There goes Van Basten's son." He was a striker, with lots of elegance, with quality of movement, and technical quality. Back then he resembled Van Basten. He was a striker, and I didn't even know his name, but he struck us as different in comparison with the other players.
At 16, he was a reference in Sporting's formative football.
Olá, sou Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hi, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. I started playing for Sporting at 11. We didn't have the facilities the academy has today. I hope more players will develop here because they have good facilities. And I'm sure that a lot of star players are going to emerge from here.
By then, Ronaldo had started to play with the seniors. And after a practice game against Coimbra's team, he gave his first autographs. Time flew by, and in 2002, Ronaldo was playing with the main team. Ronaldo wanted to be the best, and he kept working out secretly in the gymnasium as before.
I found Ronaldo in the gym, and I asked him, "Ronaldo, what are you doing?" "I'm training," he said. He had two weights, one on each foot, and he was dribbling with a ball. He was training his dribbles with weights, because he knew that would improve his technique, and without the weights, he would be even faster.
That year, he played his first international game against Inter Milan in the preliminary round of the Champions League. In the knockout stage in Italy, because it was his debut, he was hazed. Then came his last day at Sporting. August 2003. It was a day of celebration. The new Alvalade Stadium was inaugurated. They faced a heavy opponent, Manchester United. Ronaldo's name was well known, and the day before the game, Sporting, Jorge Mendes, and Manchester United signed a preliminary agreement so he could go to England a year later. But this game changed it all.